completely right-handed. So as Sally's ball sinks away, it's right in their barrel path. And we knew it was going to be a tough matchup. So we tried to go with some four seams, which is a little different for him, and do some different things. But as you could tell early, they were on him. And so I just wanted to try to get back to the second time through as everybody could see it. We're trying to take off speed pitches early, get him in a decent count, get the pitch count up if we could. And then hopefully that second time through, hopefully the game was still within striking distance, that we could get there in a hurry. Once our at-bats were more directed and a little bit more intentional. And so obviously Matt showed it was possible. And then we kind of just one after the other. And we had Justin Walker comes up again with a 2-out hit that really kind of just allows you to take a deep breath. And then Drew Ashley comes up with another 2-strike hit when they bring the righty in the stone hard, which is completely opposite of the soft guy. Go a guy 90-92 with the banger, and did a great job. And then we just kept adding, and we just kept going. And they're tough. I mean, their resiliency was really impressive all weekend. You never felt comfortable. And their little 2-hole hitter, the shortstop,
Kevin Wells, yeah.
He's the best player in the country. I mean, he's the first overall pick. I'm not sure if he's drafted elsewhere or not. Like, somebody ought to pay him like $3 million and get him out of here. No, he was terrific. And they were tough, and our coaches are tough. And, I mean, they can really pitch and knew how to pitch. But again, you look at our at-bats today.
7 walks, only 3 strikeouts.
Yes, sir. That's right. No, I told you we're trying. We're working on it. But when you can get a group to move in the same direction, and that's what we've started to do in the last 2 conference series. We kind of stubbed our toe against Louisville, did some goofy things, but when this group is really locked in, moving in the same direction as a unified approach, it's just where do you go? Like, where's the hole? Where's the giveaway at bat? You see Grant Richardson come off the bench for a hit, and even Cade Bunnell comes in late, hits the ball hard. If you can go 10, 11, 12 guys deep that are all following the same plan, it's just suffocating. And eventually, they can't catch all the line drives. They can't wiggle out all the jams. Someone's eventually going to clip one, and Colbar runs into one. And if you're going to play 3 offers on the fence, you're going to have to deal with us running the bases. You're going to have to deal with guys rushing singles into doubles and guys going 2 bases and trying to run a little bit and bunt a little bit. And there's always a way to attack a defense and where the weakness is at. You have to find it, and then you have to be humble enough to attack that. It may not always be the 3-1 fastball you're trying to hit 410 feet, so you have to be multifaceted.
Sally was solid today, but what's it like to have the luxury of turning over to a freshman to pitch the last 3 innings in a championship game like that?
Yeah, and I really want to commend Gabe Bierman. Gabe lost his dad last week on Friday, and what an incredible job by him. What incredible resiliency and toughness. And obviously we've prayed really hard for Gabe, and he's a great player, and he comes in and just really settled things, right? And settled things, we were able to kind of tack a few more on. But when Gabe came in, that game was still within striking distance. There's not, that game was not over. The score is not indicative, and I didn't really even breathe a sigh of relief until the double play ball there in the 9th. But yeah, Gabe's transformation this year has been incredible. One of the better ones I've seen in my coaching career, and I'm just really proud of him and happy for him that he could go out there and finish that ball game and represent his family the way that I know that he wanted to.
Coach, you talked all year long about executing, following the process, and doing the things you're supposed to do and good things to come. I know you're happy for the team, but how satisfying is it as the coach to see the guys do those things and then end up with a championship?
We're very blessed. God has really blessed us in this situation, because you're right. It's in your mind, in your mind's eye, you see what it's supposed to look like. And the hard part is communicating efficiently and effectively to have a group be able to share that vision and to see what you see and to see what it looks like. And that's the difficult part, and that's what a leader has to be able to do. And I have to search myself, and our coaches have to search themselves to make sure they're communicating in a way that's relatable and understandable. And so yes, to finally see those things come to fruition, and to see all of the painstaking processes and all the meetings and all the video and all the practices and all those things come together. And look at how much better is our defense. Cole Barr is a Gold Glove player, Gold Glove third baseman the last half of the season, certainly the last third of the season. How much better is Justin Walker and our outfield? their growth in every area, our starting pitching, our relief pitching, all those things have grown. So yeah, it is incredibly rewarding, and I'm just very thankful. And I know it sounds like I'm just like spitting out a line, but I really am, because they didn't have to. Like, they don't have to. They could have said, like, who is this 33-year-old like hillbilly kid coming in here? I mean, they didn't have to listen. They could have fought you, and they didn't. And they kept trying to understand and get better. And once they started to understand it and grasp it, they wanted more and more and more. And then you see it all pull itself out. But that's why you just keep going. You know, we were in first place for a little while. We lost some games maybe we shouldn't have along the way. But if you don't lose those games, you don't learn. Sometimes you have to get your butt smacked. When you're a kid, you got to get your butt smacked to learn a lesson, and sometimes it has to happen for teams too. And so if you don't lose those games, do we learn? Do we understand what you have to be able to do? So you continue to bounce back, and then you go to Illinois, and the wind's blowing in 15 miles an hour, and they got some really good arms. We get beat 2 out of 3, and you meet up afterwards and you say, listen, fellas, like, it's a long way from done. It's a long way from done. We got a lot of ball games left to play, and so does everybody else. And I got to be able to handle the pressure. I tell you, it's tough to be number one, right? Everyone's chasing you. It's easy to be 2 and come from behind. It's tough to be number 1. So there for a couple of weeks, some other teams, and there were several teams that were in that number 1 hunt. And there's the hunter and the hunted, and that's a hard thing to kind of manage, that expectation. And so it's like, let's just keep going and see how this thing plays out.
You guys not only won 9 out of 10 series, and every series I know, but you knew coming into this week, you had to sweep Rutgers probably.
Yeah.
And so that's coming through in the flash.
Yeah, it is. And again, you can't win them all unless you win the first one, and you can't win the first one unless you win the first pitch. And you just try to segment your life. You try to teach the boys to segment their life into small, attainable goals, piece by piece. You try to get them to break the game down into small pieces. And just because something didn't go well, there's nothing you can do about it. Learn from it and move on. And just because the situation looks bleak, if you look up and look at the end, there's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well just be locked in where your feet are at. Be where your feet are at, and just be the best you can be in that moment. And we'll worry about the future in the future. It's going to come. The sun's going to come up tomorrow, right? It's going to be here. So we're going to have to handle those problems when they get here. So let's not add more issues to our plate than we already have.
90 home runs this year, and today, 13 runs and 1 home run. Is that something that's going to be important kind of carrying forward? And Matt alluded to that, the ability to generate runs from that, the long ball.
Yeah, we're going to have to be able to go station to station sometimes. We're going to have to be able to hit behind runners and advance runners. And it's not always an offensive day. It's not always an offensive matchup. Their starter was not a good offensive matchup for us. And when we started to get to him, it was single, line drive, double that ran the gap, walk, and you work your way through it. So yeah, when we get into good counts and we can drive a ball, that's great. But you can't live and die by it. You got to be able to do different things, and you got to be able to compete with 2 strikes. You got to have they were terrific with 2 strikes, and Michigan was terrific with 2 strikes. We have to watch and learn. I'm not too proud to watch other team and say, hey, we need to be more like that and take pieces from us. So you're right. I don't know. I've never been to Omaha, so maybe that field plays huge. It probably does. So we're going to have to find some different ways to score some runs, get some guys on base, and win some ball games.
You mentioned just being the hunted. Now you go to Omaha, where you're going to have at least a couple teams who'd love a second crack at you guys. How do you kind of transition from winning the regular season to go to a tournament scenario?
Yeah, the good thing about treating every day the same is that when you become the number 1, it becomes the same. You don't worry about who's creeping up on you. You don't worry about anything else. You're just trying to play your game. We're just trying to execute our plan. If you keep it in-house, keep it in your dugout, then everything that revolves around you. And you're not revolving. You're not in anyone else's stratosphere. They're in yours. They're working around you, and they have to adjust to you. And when you do that, good things normally happen. Sometimes they don't. And that's life. Like I said, the sun's going to come up tomorrow. Whether we win the Big Ten tournament or not, as long as we go out and do things we're supposed to do, I'll sleep at night just fine. And our boys should too. You just do the best you can, and that's all anybody can ask of you, and that's all I ask of the boys.
Cole Barr seems like a guy who's been really locked in lately. His approach has gotten better at the plate. He's been better with the glove, making some stellar plays out there. How important is he to this team when he's really locked in like he's been lately?
Yeah, he's an absolutely pivotal piece. You think about it, Cole's a sophomore. He didn't play much at all last year. So the last time that he got real at-bats consistently is as a senior in high school. So when those things happen, it's going to take a little bit of time and a lot of work and a lot of failure and a lot of stubbing your toe. And he's done that. He's gone through it, ups and downs, and the difference about being in a place like this is everybody sees it, right? It's on national television, and so everybody gets to kind of throw tomatoes at you and pick on you, and that's part of the deal. That's part of the deal. But Cole's handled it. He's been resilient. He's been tough. He's a good player. He's smart. As he's been able to control and channel his emotions in a productive direction, he's really changed the direction of our season and raised our ceiling as a club much higher. And I've been very proud of him. But he's going to be an absolutely integral piece of the next season that we begin. Right? We finished one, and now you begin the next. And once you get to the Big Ten tournament, you'll begin the next, and you'll move your way through those one piece at a time. But he'll be pivotal for us.
Another sophomore Elijah Doe is about 300.
Is he
From where
really?
he came.
What a monster! What a monster! He breaks his hamate. He was one of our better hitters in the fall. He was really good in the preseason. He breaks his hamate about a week before the season, and he said, "I can play through it." And I'm like, "He might just be tough enough to do it." And he goes out the first weekend, he tries, and it's just not going to happen. So he has surgery, and if anybody's familiar with the hamate, I mean that's tough. I mean that's a tough deal. And so he works back, and now you're seeing the guy that we saw earlier in the year, and now he obviously has the at-bats. He's a guy that didn't play much last year. He's far better and really improved himself. So he's a tough kid. You can speak directly to Eli, and you don't have to sugarcoat it. He wants to know what's right and what's wrong, and because you can speak directly to him like a man, he can fix it, and he wants to fix it. Well, I would never be hurtful, but you can be honest, right? We got to be honest and figure out where the holes are at and fix them. He's gotten a lot better.
How important has this group of seniors been to the transition for you and your staff coming from Wright State over here, just as leaders in the clubhouse?
Yeah, they've been terrifically important. They were involved in the interview process. And when I sat down with them and I asked them what they wanted, they said they want to win a Big Ten championship. They want to be coached. They want to be pushed. They want to maximize their abilities. And I said, fellas, that road's going to be tough to hoe. I mean, it's going to be hard. We got to change our diet. We got to change our lifestyle. We got to work on these things. And sometimes you ask for it, you're not quite sure you're ready to receive it once it starts coming at you. But they've accepted it, and they've been supportive of it, and they've been really catalysts and have driven behind the scenes to help this club move in the right direction. They've been incredible, and all of them have been terrific. Thanks very much. Thanks for asking.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.